I even told my mother, I'm going to make it here. I'm going to go to Big Brother. The first email I got said, I'm going to go to Big Brother. I don't know if I'm going to win. Hopefully that I'll win the money. Yeah. But even if I don't win, I know that I'm going to be bigger than the winner. I told her even before it happened. The only thing is that like right now Big Brother just is over and we are individuals. So like focus on his brand and I focus on mine. And then maybe like later on we can make it public again. But for now it's like it has to be private. To build mine and he builds his.
Absolutely. Hey family, it's me Lungelo KM. Of course, you're here for a new episode. But before we start with today's episode, I know you know who's here, and you're excited. So I won't take too much of your time. Rather, please don't forget to subscribe. You know that when you subscribe, when you like the conversations, it helps grow what we do. It helps reach greater heights, grow the platform so that we have more growth conversations with people who matter to you, people whose stories are there to transform your life, even if it's just a little bit. But in everybody's story, there is a transformative element we try and get out of it with our lives and our careers. Did you know what you wanted to do then?
To be honest, I didn't know, like, because people were asking everybody. But what I do know is that I never wanted to work. Yeah, I do know, but I obviously couldn't voice that out because it was like, you're lazy or you have no ambition. Yeah. So I would lie. Every time someone would ask me, it would change.
Yeah. Make up a career along the way.
Yeah, it was tough.
And then what did you eventually do when matric does end?
So the first year I came out of school, I'd done nothing.
Mm-hmm. Gap year.
Not because I didn't get accepted. I got accepted at UKZN, but I had to stay on campus because it was too far. It was Zululand.
Okay.
So my mom and me were like, because I was the first child. So my mom and me were like,
I'm not going.
I'm not going to stay on campus away from my parents. I've never done such a thing before. It's not happening. Then the next year I went to go and study because it was obviously, I got accepted close enough. And I studied like business science, which is more majoring in like the human resources parts of it. But it was, all of it was business science together. So yeah.
And did you like it?
No, but I passed really well. So I was like, hey, let me just continue.
Yeah. And tell me about that first job, because I like your story, because we love sometimes making it seem like people who live their dreams always have to come from poverty. And actually you are saying you don't have to come from poverty. And in fact, let's stop glorifying poverty.
Yeah.
You don't have to come from poverty in order to want to have dreams and to accomplish your dreams. Yeah. So from a perspective of a person who's made many trials along the way, what was that first job? Because some people's first job is car guard, some McDonald's, some your mother was influential, so you got a good job.
Definitely.
What was that first job that Ashley did?
So I'm not actually coming from like a rich family, but I'm not coming from a poor family or a poverty family. I'm just coming from like normal middle class family. They can afford. But my first job. So the funny thing is that nobody ever wanted to give me a job, or I wouldn't get callbacks for any of the job that I applied at. So I never worked up until I was 24, and I'm 26 now. And my first job was actually. Where was my first job? I actually can't even think of it now. It was in Joburg.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it was in Joburg at Kealeboga for like a month. And then I was like, nah, I don't like this.
I'm not having this.
I actually was like, I'm not having this. I don't like it. It was doing data analytics and stuff. To what I studied. And yeah, it just continued. After that, it was just all finance jobs. And I was getting them. Like from 24 years old, like that's when the jobs were coming. Everything I applied for just came. They were just calling me back. Durban, Joburg, Cape Town, anyway. But every 2 months I had a new job because I never liked it. And in the workplace, I'd always be cracking jokes or just talking rubbish. And then it was like, I'm not even doing work anymore. Yeah.
I'm actually intrigued with that journey. And I want us to delve in a bit about it. What does, I'm trying to imagine Ashley in finance. Like, take me to one of your jobs and tell me what your day looked like.
The weird thing is that I was only just good at maths in school.
Okay.
But at some points I was good at nothing because I didn't want to be there. So when I got into every job that I got into, they would do maybe like a trial run and they would see like, okay, she's good with the numbers, she's good at doing taxes or whatever. And then I would do that for them. But I would do the work also quickly because I want to rush and get done. And then the rest of the day, I'm just chilling.
Yeah. You're chilling on TikTok on your phone at work.
No, I'm talking nonsense.
Interrupting everybody else.
Yes. It was, yeah.
The decision to then, rather, before we get there, then obviously you're busy at work, but something in your head keeps on saying, I'm a creative. I'm a creative. I'm a creative. When did you realize that, no, actually, I'm sick of everything. I want to be a creative? Was it triggered by entering Big Brother, or even before that, you knew that I'm miserable? I don't like my life the way it is. Yes, I appreciate what I have, what God has blessed me with, but there's a sense of discontentment, unfulfillment that I have with what I'm doing every day when I wake up. When do you think you realized that? Was it still at 24, 25, or now at 26 only?
Like from a small child, actually, like all those times when people would say I was depressed, or like from 5 years old when they said I can't come to school and not talk and interact. At home, I was to my mother and father, and I have a younger sister and 3 younger brothers, but my sister's closer with me in age. I would be the biggest actress. I would present to them. I was always making different accents. I was very outgoing at home. So my parents were like, how do you not do this at school, but you're doing all of this at home, or you don't have any friends? So I always knew, because I grew up watching Kimora Lee Simmons, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. In my head, there was always a camera on me and people were watching me. So I always knew, like from a young age. It's just that I didn't have the opportunity to I didn't care for the opportunity to apply and do these things. Like, it wasn't my forte. My sister done modeling and adverts and stuff, but now she took the role of where the family thought I was going to be, being that working person.
Corporate person, yeah.
And I am the one that they didn't expect to do it, but they always knew had the talent to do it.
Sure.
It was just like when Big Brother came, the adverts I saw on DSTV, and my mom's like, apply. And I was like, you know what, I'll see if I have time. And then one night I was bored, and then I applied, and they called me. And that was the first time I ever applied for something like social like that. I didn't care about TikTok, Instagram, nothing. Yeah, it just happened.
Do you think when your mother said applied and you did apply, I'm going to push you a bit. Did you not have that insecurity of, no colored person ever wins Big Brother, or no colored person ever makes it in this industry? It seems to only favor black people. Seems like in the entertainment industry is all about blackness.
Well, I look at one of the winners were Keegan, one season.
That is old, right?
Big Brother Africa.
Big Brother Africa, yeah.
And then last year and the year before, Tyler was having a lot of controversy with the coloredness. So for me, it was like, I don't actually believe, if you, just example, or someone comes and tells me I'm not going to be able to do this job, I'm not going to get it, it really doesn't matter to me. I don't think people understand that. I don't care what they say, because if God says that I'm going to be famous and I am going to be on TV, then I'm going to be it. Why? I don't really care what you say. So I knew, okay, maybe I was I even told my mother, I'm going to make it here. I'm going to go to Big Brother. The first email I got said, I'm going to go to Big Brother. I don't know if I'm going to win. Hopefully that I'll win the money. But even if I don't win, I know that I'm going to be bigger than the winner. I told her even before it happened.
Yeah. When you were inside, because it's such a concealed environment, now when you were inside the Big Brother house, did you feel like, I'm a star outside? I'm doing something right?
Not at all.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, even if I don't make it on Big Brother, I'm still going to be bigger than Big Brother's winner on whatever I go outside and do. But from Big Brother, nah, I didn't. I felt like, okay, they didn't like me outside.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
They couldn't stand you.
They couldn't stand me. But also at the same time, my dad, he's a big Ice Cube fan, and he was always watching these Black American movies, and he likes NWA. So their one slogan is, all publicity is good publicity, even bad. So I was like, hey, even if they don't like me here for a reason that might not be the same reason that I wouldn't unlike someone, it's like I'm still getting publicity.
Yeah.
But not for the wrong things, though. Don't misconceive that and say that I was sticking and I'm getting publicity from that now.
you said previously that the show has helped you learn a lot about yourself, because I think because it's a concealed environment, it also highlights both our good parts of our personality and the bad parts of our personality. Would you say one of the biggest learning moments for you was that the bad parts of your personality, you actually need to work on them now?
No, I wouldn't say so. I would say that some things I just articulated wrong. I never ever had ill intentions to hurt anybody. But obviously sometimes things get made to look like they're not, and you have to take responsibility for that because you've hurt a lot of people's feelings.
Sure.
And that's what I did. But I never ever intended to make anybody hurt.
I get that, because sometimes I'm like, when people say, I won't fold, I say what I said.
Yeah.
It's a problematic way of approaching life, because in life you must always be willing to apologize.
Yes.
Because sometimes you say something, but articulation wasn't correct.
Yes.
You didn't mean that thing, but the articulation was wrong, be it because of grammar, because we're not all strong in certain languages or in certain dialect, be it because the situation was heated.
Yes.
And when situations are heated, we are emotional. We are human. We are emotional beings. And to take a step back and say, I am sorry, is acknowledgement that I'm human like you.
Yes.
And you must give me grace as well. And part of me feels like the other people in the house felt like Ashley did not deserve that grace.
Oh, my brother. I can see he's from KZN. Okay, yeah. I guess they didn't feel like that, but that's because they didn't understand me. And something I don't advocate for is try to make people understand me. But because somebody was feeling so hurt, I definitely did try that in Big Brother. I tried to make people understand me. I tried to be friends. I still try, like even outside with different people. And I'm always willing to try because, like you said, people deserve second chances.
Absolutely. And third and fourth and fifth. Yeah.
Up to 100. Like, you have to be willing to go over and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. The day you were painfully eliminated, did you expect it? Because especially when you found out that it's housemates voting to kick somebody out, did you actually whisper to who and say, I know these people don't want me, they're gonna try and kick me out? Or you were like so chilled, nah, it's not gonna happen to me?
I was always prepared to leave the show because I knew nobody liked me, so I was like, Aish, now I'm out. And plus too, when I got into the arena, I'd already seen cardboards in my box, so I was like, Aish, it's my day to leave today. Yeah, I expected it.
It's interesting you say that. And in the moment, how did you feel?
In the moment of being eliminated.
Yeah, like when your name is announced that, well, was it Swizz? Swizz who announced?
I saw it coming. But yeah, I saw it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the moment when Swizz announced your name, that you've been eliminated, what was your immediate feeling? Because obviously we saw on camera that you went to your loved one and you hugged him and showed him and embraced him, but you didn't embrace anybody else.
Yeah.
You were like, middle finger, bye everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there was a bit of anger there. Or am I wrong?
Like I said, I don't want to make this about anybody else, but I saw it coming. I saw a lot of things in that house coming. I don't know. I guess it's just the discernment that I have a lot of the time. I saw it coming even before I knew there were eliminations. I was like, I don't know, but I feel like, I'm about to go home randomly, not by eviction. But in that moment, because I expected it, I wasn't angry. I didn't feel it. The only thing that made me sad was that I was going to leave the person that I spent like 4 weeks with.
Sure.
And other than being my loved one or whatever, felt like he was also my homie.
Yeah,
so it is ish, now I don't have friends
That's
outside.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing that hurt me. But other than that, I was like, yeah, no, I played a good game. I played it to the best of my ability. If it's time for me to leave, then yeah.
You come from grandparents who were married, both paternal, maternal. You come from parents who were loving to the extent that they even moved cities to make sure that Ashley is fine, that she finds a good school and she's settled. So you understood love and the value of family. What does companionship mean to you, and falling in love with the right person?
So I've only been in love one time before Big Brother's house. So I've only had one boyfriend. I never even had like, what do you call them? Like
Talking stages
or talking stages. Yeah, because it's like for me, if I don't feel you, I didn't. It's not gonna happen. And I believe that connection, when it comes, man. Okay, I wouldn't say it's love at first sight, but like looking at this person,
connection
like,
at first sight.
Yeah,
maybe.
something deep is gonna happen. Yeah, so I really value it. So I know a lot of people are like, Ashley runs after SG or whatever. It's not really like that, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I guess it's just when I really like someone or I really love someone and I have a connection towards them, I'm always gonna want to be with them. But you also know when I don't love you anymore. I don't do that with everybody. It's just like once in a while. Yeah. So
I think that perspective or that opinion that Ashley is running after Sweet Guluva can come from a place of hurt from people who are saying it, because I'm 31 years old and I've been in love.
Crop top, and people talk about my waistline. I'm like, hey, that's God. So I'm gonna wear the crop top. I'm gonna show the waistline.
Yeah. I don't usually do this, but you're one of our special guests. Can I get my bag? Yes, please. So we've got a gift for you. We have an apparel line as EYL Africa.
Okay.
So, thanks, TJ. This is for you. There might be more than one, so for you and you know who.
This is beautiful.
If you want to share. So please enjoy this. Thank you so much for coming onto our sorry, the mic. Thank you so much for coming to our platform. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything that you've done. And what you're going to do. It's also a gesture to say all the best in your journey. We're a platform about growth. We believe in transformative conversations and changing people's lives. We are God-centered. All our conversations, we always go back to the center of who we are. And God is the center of what drives me and my authenticity. And I thank you so much that you're here to share that same energy. So this is for you.
You know, I'm a lover of things, eh? Like, thank you so much. I think this was like, I'm so sorry to say it. This was the best podcast I've ever been on.
I told you. I told you.
I didn't expect it. Thank you so much.
The show is Engineer Your Life, and I'm Lungelo KM. Ashley Ogle, the star, a superstar. I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Kholwa emandleni onawo.
Oh my, we're finally doing this. What does EYL Africa represent? It's about standing in your power. It's about, in isiZulu, it's Kholwa emandleni onawo, which is our tagline. You will see it on the back of my t-shirts. It's about believing in the power that you have, believing in the power that your God, your guides have invested in you. Shop our socks, shop our t-shirt, and just keep believing in yourself. EYL Africa.
Now available on eylshop.africa.